So here it is. 2.25 litre Land Rover petrol engine. It does still run, which is already a good sign, but as you can tell, there's a lot of work to be done. First and foremost being just stripping it completely. We're going to soak all the individual parts, replace stuff that needs replacing, keep stuff that doesn't, hopefully, and get this thing cleaned up. Let's get stuck into it. Alright, this is the first batch of stuff we've had off. Some stuff we're keeping, some stuff we're not. You can see just how much grime and stuff. I don't know how bad the rust was in the engine there, but it's pretty yuck. However, these can come back and these keep going forever. You can get new seals for them as well. Right now, I'm just going to try and get rid of a bunch of this gunk first to try and get like the worst of it off. And then we're going to put most of the stuff in a vinegar bath and probably leave it for a day or so and just give it a really good chance to soak and get rid of all the stuff, all the years of baked onto it. Wasn't really sure how these were going to come up, but no, that just made it worse. The coming up really nicely. I wasn't sure whether I was going to keep these, but I don't know. Either I will keep it or I'll do it up anyway, and maybe even try and sell it, because these are still excellent. They still came up so well after just a quick little go with the wire brush. These turned out great. I'm actually so stoked with these. All paint used was engine enamel, so I did a couple coats of primer, then this is a top coat in a grey. I'm still on the fence whether I want to do silver or not, but we'll see. Everything else, I really like the black look of like the finishes, but they all came up so nicely. Like, that's really, really good considering, I mean, you saw what they all looked like before pulling it all apart. They were so bad, but most of them came back like there's no pitting in the metal. All the rust was completely gone. The only one that's like had like a little bit more texture about it was probably the fan. Whether or not I keep this one, or depending on the condition of the fan in Nigel's engine currently, I might actually do the same to that. It doesn't take that much effort or time or paint. And then I can even just sell whatever one I don't use on, because they're both going to be great, which is awesome. This came out so nicely. I preferred black. I know it's supposed to be engine paint colour, but I preferred black. I've seen a few people do it, and it's just, I feel like it just ends up being way cleaner, considering it's a part that does get super gross. I figure black, it just sort of hides hides the yuck oil sort of leaking on it and whatnot. So I do like that finish, and then this came out really beautifully as well. So I'm so stoked so far with all these little trims. The other section of the manifold, I've just got some snapped bolts that are stuck in place. So I'm going to have to take these to get removed. I had a crack at trying to remove them, but I don't have the tools or the know-how to do it. I'm actually really happy with how all these have started to turn out. Everything's looking super good. But now it's time to get stuck into the carburetor. I've got a reboot kit that just arrived in the mail, so I'm just going to give that a big going over, which is nice. All of that stuff turned out so nicely too. So all the surface and the exterior looks great on it. So once I replace all the little jets and gaskets, it'll be brand new and be ready to go for another 40 to 50 years.
Well, we have a hiccup.
Yeah, a really big hiccup. There is a crack in the whole block, all the way across.
Like, huge.
There's a... It was covered by the exhaust manifold, and then also just caked on dirt and grime. But it's sort of... It's pretty annoying, because we can't really use it. So the whole goal of making an engine and then swapping it into Nigel is not possible anymore. We've still got usable parts on this, which I guess is good, but we're gonna have to take Nigel's engine and use it as the block and basically make one good engine out of two, which isn't ideal because it just means we need Nigel up until we do another shoot in December, so we need him still running, so we can't actually start pulling the front end off until then, which is super disappointing. But I don't know, I'm trying to think of something positive. I mean, I guess I've already learnt some stuff. We've got, yeah, I don't know, I can't even the whole point, I wanted to strip this down so I could take it to the engineer's place so they can re-sleeve the engine, but now we can't because it's that engine block we're using, so I can't even do that. But I mean, I guess I might as well get practice of stripping this all down anyway, so that when it comes to doing our one it'll be quicker. But man, what a rude shock.
Sucks.
It's really starting to feel like we were getting somewhere, but
it was running too smoothly, I think.
It was actually, it really was running super smoothly. But yeah, I mean, I think we're going to be stuck here a little longer than we anticipated, which is a bummer.